Hey everyone, so I'm super excited to be with you today at this 50 Shades of Business Concepts and Connections. How fun is this? My name is Melody Bockelman, and I am going to teach you how to maximize with a product line. So what you're going to learn today is something super different than what you've been learning, but I think it's important to understand. So one, you're going to learn why a product line is a secret to wealth. And yes, you will see examples of how you actually build wealth. And if it works for Kylie and Kanye, it will work for you as well. And the key steps to getting started on creating your line. So buckle up. We're going to take a lot of notes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to kind of blow your mind a little bit, but I hope it's worth it. So first, a little bit about me. My name is Melody Bockelman. I am the founder of Private Label Insider. I have been in the beauty industry for over 15 years. I myself have owned 2 e-commerce businesses. One of them, we sold health and beauty products, supplements, rebalancing creams, both on Amazon, on our website, and through a network of chiropractors and doctors as well. And I've also owned the water bottle store, which we sold. We had some products on Oprah at one time with it. I was obsessed with water bottles, still am, and sold those all the way through college. I have transitioned into the beauty space solidly. I am the beauty brands expert. We have helped over 5,000 people create their own beauty brands. I was recently voted the Forbes Next 1,000 recipients. And I'm here today to teach you all that I've been teaching all of my clients for many, many years. So let's jump into this. What do Kim, Kanye, Kylie all have in common, y'all? They have one thing in common besides being related by marriage and sisters and all that kind of stuff, but they all have products. Now, they have made their wealth, of course, or at least got publicity and famous first, but they made their money. Let's be really clear. They made their money in their products. So Kylie, while she was on the shows and part of the Jenner family and all the Kardashian stuff, she did not make her own money really until she sold her beauty brand company for $600 million to Coty. So her product line was the vehicle that actually created the wealth for her, right? Kim as well. Kanye, let's talk about Kanye. We all know Kanye, right? We know Kanye from back when he did his first album, College Dropout. That was my jam, and dating myself, but that was when I first met Kanye. Now, if you didn't know him until recently, he's been around for a minute. But he made his money in selling his shoes. So he sold $1.7 billion sold in shoes with his partnership with Adidas, and he got his royalties of $191 million, y'all. So Kanye's been around forever, at least 15, 20 years, but he didn't start making wealth until he started selling a product, which for Kanye was his vehicle was shoes, and $191 million royalty from last year alone. So he's going to make a ton more money just from his shoes alone. So his music is great, but his product line is where he makes his money. So let's bring that down a notch to us, right? To you, to me, to normal everyday people. We don't have a TV show. We are not on, we're not artists, those kind of things, right? But how do we make money? So let me talk to you about Leslie. Leslie was a client of mine a few years back, maybe 2018. We started working together. She was a middle school teacher. She was also a mom of 3 boys. And she told her husband, they live in Portland, she said, honey, I'm not going back to teaching. I can't stand it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to create a business. So he said, okay. And he told her she had a year to create a business. So we worked together like maybe September of 2018, and she launched her brand in December of 2018, which is kind of a rough time to actually launch just because you get lost in the sauce of Christmas time in a normal year. But she didn't start making money until maybe March or April of that following year. And she then started doing consistent $10,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 months from her product line. So Leslie wasn't anyone that had a background in products. She didn't have a background in anything other than teaching as a mom. And she said, this is a great post I got from her Instagram. She said, like I mentioned a couple posts ago, through the end of 2019, I was doing the work that I love, managing her business while traveling around the world with her family. So she pulled her kids out of school and started homeschooling them, and they traveled, y'all. She said, we're in Greece now. We went on a spectacular beach today. I can't help but reflect on how much my beach experience has changed for over a few years ago. So I always love saying this. It's like, yes, Kanye and Kim, they figured it out. The way that they make money is by utilizing their their fame and selling a product. But it's the same thing for women like Leslie and people like you and me that are listening. It's like I supported myself through college with my product-based businesses. I supported my mom who was aging, and so she could stay home with my product-based businesses. You guys, products are the vehicle to wealth, and we don't talk about that enough, but we live in such a consumer nation that it's like one of the fastest only ways to create wealth for the average person, because it's not too difficult to start. So great. So now I'm going to teach you how, when you're starting your line, and this applies to every category, but my specialty is beauty. So that's, tampons, hair, skincare, makeup, makeup tools, hair tools, feminine care lines, foot care lines. We've done condoms. We've done all the fitness supplements you ever want to do. So this strategy works in every category. It doesn't matter. Even if you're going into fashion, I had a woman who had leggings who came up to me and asked me a question. Same strategy, every category. There's a few things you need to know when you're starting a line. First is you need to find something that you love or at least can talk about for a few years. Why? Because it takes a couple of years to get traction in the marketplace, and you've got to teach what I call step 0 and step 1 repeatedly over and over again. So if that's a skincare line, you've got to teach how to wash your face. Go Google, if you're in skincare, go Google how many people are looking for how to wash your face properly. There's like millions of searches for that. So you need to start doing that. You need to start doing how to wash your face properly. You also need to be willing to create content all around that and teaching that basic over and over and over again. So if you're looking at getting into a field and you're just like, well, I don't really know if I, love it or not, I want you to consider that you've got to love it. So if you're going to get into a field just because you think it's profitable, you won't sustain that business long enough to be able to get traction in the marketplace to get sales. The next one is you want to start small, and you want to with 1 to 3 SKUs. And I just realized that my camera's off, so I'm going to flip it on. Sorry, y'all. You want to start small, 1 to 3 SKUs in the line, not a ton. So what do I mean by 1 to 3 SKUs? A SKU is like, let's use our skincare as an example, a hair care, a cleanser, a moisturizer, a serum, maybe a mask, right? But we're not doing all of the products. So if you're someone that's like multi-passionate and you want to do skincare, you want to do hair care, you want to do makeup, we're going to start with one category with 1 to 3 products that solves a problem. You're going to stay there for a year or two until you get market saturation, and then in master marketing, and then you're going to add on. That's a really big thing, because what happens is a lot of people come to me and they've got a long list of 20 products and they're not making any sales in anything, and we've got to cut down their inventory. So don't make that mistake. If you're just starting out, start with 1 to 3 SKUs in one category. It can be hair care, makeup, body care, foot care. It doesn't matter what it is, fitness, whatever. Make sure that you are focused and hyper-focused on that so you can learn how to master marketing. Because what happens is there comes a moment when we got to get out of that product development section and learn to market a product line. So that's why you'll see a lot of stars. They don't necessarily, they have their own product like Kanye, but Kanye partnered with Adidas on marketing, even though he's actually a pretty good marketer, but they have a better vehicle, more people to help support, right? So learning how to master marketing is going to be the key to it. And so if we don't love the product and we're not willing to talk about it all the time, and we have a ton of products to do, we won't know how to market them. So I want you to master marketing on 1 to 2, 3 products and something that you love. One thing that you love is something that people come and talk to you a lot about. So if you're someone that has amazing lashes, fantastic lipstick, you can do your makeup bomb, right? Your hair's always done. People are like, how do you get that style? That's amazing. How do you do this? Whatever people are naturally talking to you about, or you're naturally always talking about, that's the thing that you need to be producing in the world. So back to my water bottles. I own the water bottle store because I collected and bought a lot of water bottles, and I was obsessed with water bottles, obsessed. So it was natural for me to want to sell water bottles. I could sell all day long. I mean, my obsession landed us on Oprah. So it's you want that kind of passion. Now, if you're someone that's like, okay, I don't have that kind of passion, but I want to do a product line, then you need to hire someone that can teach those things for you or inside of your company so that you can scale your business that way as well. So there's a lot of different ways to get it, but just remember the same principles. Find something that you love or at least can talk about for a few years. Don't start with a ton of products line. So we want you to have basic skincare, basic hair care, basic foot care, basic supplements. Learn to market those reach market saturation. For me, and with my clients, market saturation is $1 million or more in sales before we add on. Now, if you are in a place where your customers are already telling you, hey, I want this, that's fine. Listen to them, add on, but make sure that you're already consistently doing, 6-figure months before we're doing any kind of adding on. And master marketing. That's the one thing that I wish everybody knew is when you get in this online space, whether you're a coach, whether you are a pastor, whether you are a teacher, you ultimately are now becoming a digital marketer. And it doesn't matter if you're in e-com or if you're in the service side of the business, you have to learn to master marketing. That's where you should be spending so much of your time is understanding marketing. Even if you're not the one doing it, you still need to understand it as well. And then I want to teach you my method on actually how to select so you can walk away with something tangible today, because I know Sha is delivering so much value. So let me teach you my hero method. It's a strategy that I've come up with when we're looking at creating a brand and what kind of products we want to bring to market, because we have to evaluate the products, right? We don't want to get lost in another hair oil or in another vitamin C serum or another, right? We want to look different. We want to innovate. Sometimes it's not entirely possible to innovate with products, but we can with our messaging and our positioning in the marketplace. So what do? You want to start with a product. When you're looking at a product, you want to follow my hero method. Hero means H is for high demand, right? This is a product that people want. You see the lashes exploding, you see bundles exploding, you see acne issues. Like there is a high demand for this product. Very rarely do people are able to bring to market easily a product that they had to educate on. So if you're someone that's like, I've got this innovative product and but listen, if you're going to bring that product to market, you're going to be the one that does the heavy lifting on the education piece of it. So just be prepared for that. A lot of people are not prepared for that when they're getting started. They think that, I'm going to be innovative and change the world. It's okay. You can change the world. Just know that you have to invest those dollars in educating the public. Once you've hit that high demand, you got to make sure there's enormous profit margins. So why enormous profit margins? So one thing I love about beauty is that you can buy, as a brand, we can buy a moisturizer for $4 to $5 and then sell that for $60, $70, $80, $90. That's enormous profit margins. But what's in that gap, right? That gap is if I want to go to wholesale, there's a 50% margin that's needed for the retailers. So Ulta calls or Target calls or whatever, they need that 50% margin as well. So now we're left to this 50% margin. But plus I got to buy ad spend, and sometimes our cost to acquire customers can be quite high. So we need to know those sort of things. So that's why I love products that have enormous profit margins, because there's a big gap, especially in beauty, especially in selling a product, that happens from your cost of goods to your retail price point as well. Reorders and repeatable orders. So we want to sell products that people will buy again, that they're going to need every 30 days, that they're going to use. So while it's great to have something that's like, you only need to buy once, let me tell you, you'll run through all your customers out there. So we don't want to really do that model. We want to have repeatable orders, something that people are going to constantly need every 30 days. So I love giving the example of hair oil or a face serum, or, even tampons. They need those every 30 days. Like we need something that's a reorderable and repeatable orders as well. Also, that points to the size of not being a super size me. So oftentimes a lot of new entrepreneurs will want to be the highest value, the lowest price with the maximum amount of product in it. So they'll come out with a hair oil that's like 8 to 12 ounces. Well, honey, unless they got locks, they're not going to go through that for 6 more months. So you just lost a customer. So we need to make sure that we're doing what, one, people will reorder in 30 days, and then two, making sure that, we're priced appropriately. Particularly in beauty, one thing we often say is the marketplace sets the value. And so what that means is that if everyone is at a 2-ounce size and they're pricing their products, we'll use hair as an example, from $25 to $40, you come in lower than that, the marketplace is going to say, oh, that's not really a high quality product. I'm used to paying $25. I expect it to be here or here, right? So we need to always remember that marketplace sets the value, and we want to make sure that we're in line with what the consumer is used to. We're priced appropriately in that, and that they'll reorder that product every 30 days or so. An opportunity area. So in my opinion, every area is an opportunity area. It just depends on how you spin it. Some people, one area people love to be in is like the pro age. So that's the 35 and up, the women that are aging, but they don't necessarily want to do it with Botox, or they don't want to do it with surgery or whatever. They're looking at just aging gracefully. It's a small demographic. Well, it's a large demographic, but it's a very niche demographic. So being niche down is super, super important. Other areas, CBD, skincare, but not skincare for your mom and your daughter, skincare for, the 20-year-old with acne, very clear on who that is. That allows us to speak to her directly. That allows us to market to her directly. We're not then all over the place for everybody, because especially in skincare, think about this, y'all. I'm 43. I have a 16-year-old. Let me tell you, we do not have the same skincare issues. We don't buy the same products. I don't spend the same amount of money on her products I spend on mine. So we want to be really clear that we're in an opportunity area and that we're very niche down on the problem they're solving and the person that we're solving the problem for. CBD is an emerging market. It's got some complications online, marketing, but still great, huge area. Color cosmetics is another always booming area. We love new color cosmetics. Men's products, it's an emerging market as well. Teen focus, menopause focus, pro-age focus, like you can see, right? Feet focus, hand focus, like figure it out. There's a ton of like focus areas that we can be in. So when you create a product that's very hyper niche just for those people and serve your customers well with your marketing and your price appropriately, it's something they need every 30 days. You just created a product line that you can actually expand and grow and create that wealth that you want to create. So to summarize it, as we wrap up, our hero method is super important. It allows you with 1 or 2, 3 products to keep cash in your business, because you're going to cash flow your business with those enormous profits. It allows you to sell to the right audience. So we're not selling that skincare line to the mom and the daughter. We're just selling it to the mom, or we're just selling it to the daughter, right? But we're not selling it to everybody. We're very, very focused. It avoids wasting money on products that won't sell. One of the things I personally did when I was starting my business is that I bought baby products and hair care products, menopause products, and it turns out I love the water bottles. And that's how the water bottles were born, was the water bottle store. It was like, while I had everything thinking I needed to be like Amazon, what I loved, what sold, was the water bottle store. And so really getting focused on, what you love, what your customers love, will allow you to avoid wasting money on products that won't sell. So you're not donating them or throwing them away or any of those kind of things. So hope this was helpful for you today. I know we only have a few minutes together, but if you want to connect with me, my name is Melody Bockelman. I am the founder of Private Label Insider. You can hit me up on Instagram at BeautyBizExpert. Also our YouTube channel, Real Talk with Beauty Brands, but definitely try me on Instagram at BeautyBizExpert. If you want to send me an email, you can send an email to hello@PrivateLabelInsider. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing conference that Ms. Sha is putting on for you guys.